Let's start with the muscles of the leg. Now in leg we have the anterior compartment, then we have the lateral compartment, and then we have the posterior compartment. Unlike thigh, where we have anterior, posterior and medial, we don't have any medial compartment in the leg. You can see again, this is the medial surface of the shaft of the tibia, which is all subcutaneous except in the upper part. So now let's start with the muscle of the anterior compartment. Anterior compartment muscles are the extensor muscle, and you can see from medial to lateral, the first or the most medial muscle is the tibialis anterior. So you can identify from here, you can see the tendon, and you can see the first tendon here, which is you can see this tendon here, and this is the tendon of the tibialis anterior. This is the most medial muscle, and this is the tendon of tibialis anterior. Now this is attached here on the base of the first metatarsal, that you can know this is the theoretical part. So this is tibialis anterior. Now next to the tibialis anterior, you can see the lateral to the tibialis anterior is the extensor hallucis longus. You can easily see this tendon, which is going to the big toe. So this is extensor hallucis longus. If this model is there, or any model is there, you can identify this with the help of the tendon. So this is the tibialis anterior. Then next to the tibialis anterior is extensor hallucis longus, and lateral to the extensor hallucis longus, you can see that extensor digitorum longus tendon. So all these are the extensor digitorum longus. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So for the lateral 4 digit, we have the extensor digitorum longus. So how many muscle till now we have seen? Tibialis anterior, extensor hallucis longus, extensor digitorum longus, and the last one is the last muscle or the most lateral muscle of the anterior compartment or the extensor compartment of the leg is the peroneus tertius, which is attached to the base of the fifth metatarsal. So this is the peroneus tertius. These are the 4 tendons, 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the 4 tendons for the extensor digitorum longus, going to the 4 different digits. Then this one is not going to the digits, rather is going to the base of the fifth metatarsal, and this is the peroneus tertius. In other words, you can say that this is the most lateral muscles of the anterior compartment of the leg. So most medial is tibialis anterior, and most lateral is the peroneus tertius. Why I'm repeating this? Because you are going to have a different action. The muscles on the lateral sides are going to be the everter of the foot, while the muscles on the medial compartment are going to be the inverter of the foot, apart from the main function, that is the extensor. These all are the extensor compartment, the extensor muscle. So the function is dorsiflexion or extension of the ankle joint. They're acting here, they're passing anterior to the ankle joint, so they are dorsiflexor or extensor of the ankle joint. So these movements are important. You might be asked to know these, to demonstrate these actions. So you have to know how to do the dorsiflexion, plantar flexion, as well as eversion and inversion of the foot. So this is a skill part. In theoretical part, you might be asked to name the muscles, identify the muscles, and so on. So this is all about the muscle of the anterior compartment. Now let's go to the muscle of the lateral compartment. In lateral compartment, we have only 2 muscles. Lateral compartment is also called as the peroneal compartment. So you can see here we have 2 muscles, one superficial muscle, long muscle, that we used to call as the peroneus. This is the peroneus longus. And then this peroneus, you can see here the peroneus longus, and deep to the peroneus longus, you can see the peroneus brevis. The other way to identify this is that the peroneus longus is passing from lateral to the medial. So you will see that the tendon is traveling deep. So this is the peroneus longus, and the peroneus brevis is getting attached to the base of the fifth metatarsal here. So this is the peroneus brevis here, this is the peroneus brevis here, and this is the peroneus longus, which is going deep, and then it's getting attached to the base of the first metatarsal. So it is passing from lateral to medial horizontally, transversely. It's like this. Okay. So these 2 are the muscle. Again, I repeat, this is the peroneus longus, and deep to the peroneus longus is the peroneus brevis. So we have only 2 muscles in the lateral compartment. Now, before we go to the next session, just see, we have here retinoculum. So here we have the extensor retinoculum. So you might be asked what are the structure passing deep to the extensor reticulum, or identify this structure. So these two are, actually the extensor reticulum has two parts, the upper part and the lower part. So these two are the extensor reticulum, and all these structure, all the muscle which we discussed are passing deep to the extensor reticulum, apart from the nerve and the vessels. So you might be asked, and you have to remember this. Another, here we have, this is extensor reticulum, and what is the function? You know that it keeps the tendon in place. The other reticulum on the lateral side is the peroneal reticulum. Why do we call it as a peroneal? Because it keeps the peroneal tendon intact. Deep to this are the peroneal tendon.